Finally, Manar Park.
Motorbikes everywhere, four-wheel drive tracks everywhere.
And it was like a mosquito coming past you.
Oh yeah!
One of the best hill climbs I've seen.
Didn't expect that one, did I?
Full-on, four-wheel drive adventure.
Now this is one of the harder tracks I've ever done in my life.
I've got to get this thing out of here.
After a long night at the Blues Festival, the first thing we did is head back up the main area, and it was Pancake Sunday. They're offering massive pancakes, stack of 6, syrup, strawberry jam, cream, you name it, and fresh coffee, so I really hit the spot.
A pancake breakfast, so pancakes and coffee, always a great way to start the morning.
There you go.
Jade and James were introduced to the horses, had a bit of a pat with them.
We said goodbye to Ralph and Antonio and thanked them for their hospitality. Made our way into Kilkivan to get some fuel, and we came across the ladies' Showgirls event.
We rock up and here's this huge event going on, the Cowgirl Gathering.
As you can see today, we're here at Kilkivan Showgrounds, and while the rain may have started a little this morning, what a brilliant day it is. The Cowgirls Gathering is really centred around the horse. For us, it's the connection between us, the land and each other. It gives us an ability to have something that we all love. So regardless of your discipline, regardless of your background, regardless of the saddle that you ride in, you are welcome here with your horse at Cowgirls Gathering.
Yeehaw! Smell that fresh country air. Cow poo.
So the most popular kid on the block was young James. The girls absolutely flocked to him, and they wanted to kit him out with a bit of country style.
Stitched up young James there, aka Jimmy the Rooster, what we've been calling him.
Took him away, we dressed him up, we made him an honorary cowboy.
They came and found us yesterday and asked us to dress him from head to toe. Wait till you see the photos, they're just amazing.
No time at all, they had him all kitted out to the hilt.
So I was walking by and they were like, he's from the city and we need to dress him up in the country. And I was like, no way, come with me. I work at this awesome shop, Crow Country Wear. So we brought him over and I dressed him up from hat to boots. And he absolutely styled it, loved it.
He rocked it.
Rocked it.
And they even managed to get him on a horse.
Thanks, Jimmy.
After the disappointment the previous day, we decided to try the Goomeri Bakery again.
When we got there, the queue was out the door, down the street.
It's always important when you're travelling around to stop in and support local businesses. In this case, it's a bakery that's right up my alley.
Absolutely sensational. The pies, the size of the cakes. I've never seen chocolate eclairs that big, you know, maybe a foot long, cream all over them, custard inside them. Just sensational.
Once we finished up at the bakery, we hit the road and finally we are heading to Manar Park. I've been waiting the whole trip for this.
On the way, we were treated to some amazing scenery. You can definitely see what a good season of rain has done to this region. Everything is greened up. It just looked extremely picturesque. Turned into Manar Park, and it was like we'd gone to another world entirely. We'd gone from these nice green rolling hills, and it was like we're back in the desert again. Red dirt, and then we turn in and hear these motorbikes everywhere.
We met Kathy, the owner of the park, and she was really helpful. She showed us where our camp was, gave us a rundown of the map, four-wheel drive tracks, as well as the dirt bike stuff, ran us through some safety, and then we find our beautiful campsite. I've managed to get in there and unload my bike, get the gear on, and went for a quick blast in the afternoon before the sun set. Now it's time to chill. We're going to get the fire going, roll the awnings and the swags out. Obviously we've got Simon and the guys from AusTrack in their vans, the lucky buggers. but we're just going to chill, enjoy the evening and get ready for tomorrow.
Tonight on the menu, thanks to the Austrac Kitchen, the guys are getting a real treat, Hawaiian pork burgers. We've got some nice pork steaks, we've got some eggs frying up, and we are caramelising the pineapple. We're going to whack some barbecue sauce on there, some cheese, we've got some greens. This is going to be one healthy meal to finish off the cruise day. Can't wait to get into it. And we are good to go. Simon Christie's Hawaiian pork steak sandwich. Have a crack at that. Good tucker out in the bush, thanks to the Austrac Kitchen once again. Guys, quick, simple and easy. It's the only way I cook and the guys love it.
Day 6 of the trip, we're at Manar Park. We've woken up with blue skies, beautiful weather, and we were all really keen to hit the tracks.
The kookaburras, the birds, and there was only a couple of motorbikes in the distance going na 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 na.
Manar Park, we have a lot of bike and four-wheel drive tracks around here. Can't wait to see what the day brings.
Air down the tyres to around 20 psi, so that way we had enough traction.
Got underway, and all of a sudden, every four-wheel driver's dream comes out of the distance, and it's Frank in the Cam-Am buggy. Now that is a machine.
He was our tour guide for the day. He was fantastic.
What have you got planned for us this morning?
Yeah, so we've got some loops that are in a valley, nothing real hardcore, but if you want to have a look at that first.
Beautiful.
I'm actually going to roll out on my bike. I have been to Manar Park before in a four-wheel drive. I was really keen to see how these tracks could test me out on two wheels.
Were you guys excited to go explore the Manar Park today?
Yes, I really want to find a snake.
You want to find a snake?
They're cute.
They're cute. All right, well, as long as we stay away from them, they can be cute. What about you, Claire?
Stick.
You want to find a stick?
It doesn't take long for the adventure to start. Just leaving the campsite, we've hit creek crossings already.
Oh, another creek crosses again.
Oh, go right.
You reckon we go there?
Yeah.
You know what happened at Rainbow Beach when we went left instead of right?
The Iveco ran into some trouble.
Didn't take us long before we reached the start of the Loop 6 track here at Manar Park.
Loop 6 track is a nice, easy beginner's track up to the lookout.
Has a lot of whoopties going through. Very tight track. 200 did it with ease.
Terrain from where I'm based, Brisbane's really flat. Terrain up here is a lot more mountainous. Good to get around, challenge yourself.
Followed the track along, had to pull over to the side. We'll wait for the camera guys to catch up.
Couldn't have gone 100 metres into the first track and Evan got bogged. Literally half a metre off the actual track.
Didn't expect that one, did I?
The Narva Raptor is probably one of the most capable vehicles that's out there. 5 minutes, Evan, driving it?
It hadn't been walked on or driven on yet.
You could just see this sloppy, thick mud that was just dripping off the vehicle.
Luckily, JL, Jeep, with the recovery gear, we rolled out the ARB snatch strap.
Mike came in behind him.
The most important thing when it comes to recovering a vehicle with a snatch strap is making sure that you use rated recovery shackles at either end and making sure they are hooked up to a rated recovery point. Evan's bog hole was not the last of the mud we were going to see on this trip. We came just around the corner and found 3 massive bog holes. Christian actually grabbed a huge stick to test the depth.
The middle one was over a metre deep.
Do the other side.
What's the other one like?
The one on the left-hand side, a lot shallower, but it also felt firmer, and then you had the chicken track on the right.
Yep, I'll have a crack at that. The middle bog hole, it's not worth having a crack. We're here for touring. I don't want to be cleaning the truck. But there is one bog hole that looks a little bit challenging. Let's get the vehicle prepped and ready, and we'll get into it.
There was mud spraying everywhere. It looked pretty cool.
So we just go into it nicely. It's a Jeep thing. People won't understand.
The only words out of family in the back was, send it.
Send it, Dad. Yeah, we've made it! We're alive!
Lucky you brought the kids on the trip because they're going to be scrubbing that for days ahead.
Just going to go for it. I thought that one might be a bit harder than it was.
Just quite firm underfoot, fairly deep, a lot of mud, a lot of splashing, more brown dirty water, light mud, and not like the stuff that Evan got bogged in the morning.
But just make sure you know what you're doing before you hit them.
Really good for beginners out here. This place accommodates for everyone. It's a fantastic place to go.
Surprising number of tracks through here, Mike. Pretty beautiful country.
Well, Manar Park did say that they've got a lot of motocross and motorbike tracks, and yeah, they definitely have plenty of four-wheel drive tracks too. It's nice and green, and it is hopping wet underfoot. Once you break the crust of that surface, as we've seen a little bit earlier with the Narva car, it just sucks you in.
After the other guys negotiated that bog hole, I managed to find a way around it. It would have swallowed me whole if I took my bike through there. After that, I continued down the track. There were some whoops, some jumps, I was getting a bit of air, lots of rocks. It was good fun.
I got to the top, beautiful lookout. You could see literally 360 degrees. The vegetation of the property is really amazing.
The view from the side of the ridge was absolutely phenomenal.
From there, the ridge lines don't last very long. We're going up and down, a lot of undulation, a lot of rocky hill climbs and then rocky descents.
Nice little hill climb out there, Simon, a little low gear.
Just watch that washout on the left and the rocky section. Bit tricky, but not too bad.
It's got a nice little hill climb here, so just pick a low gear and crawl our way up it. Just take it nice and easy. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't break stuff that way.
Now we've got a bit of a washout here and a few big ruts coming up. Let's see if we have to engage the air lockers or not, eh? Second gear and then we'll just go straight up.
Alright, it's our turn. Definitely in full low to get up here. Whee!
I suppose the best part of any trip is having good rubber underneath your car. I run all-terrain Cooper Discovery AT3s. They're nice and quiet, go well in the wet, and most importantly, if I want to get off the bitumen, I can go anywhere.
One thing about this property that became very apparent today is that there are no boring sections. Unlike a lot of other trips that we've done where you have a lot of transit and flat areas, this particular property today, there was steep incline down through the valleys. The whole terrain is very, very hilly.
Some of the stuff was extremely steep, which is what we've been looking for. We've been looking for this really fun, challenging terrain, and that's what they've got here at Manar Park.
You know what Jeff from Cooper Tires says?
What does he say?
If they ain't rubbing, they ain't big enough.
It's a good one.
Ready?
Woo!
As we're heading down, Mike Coolman was parked behind me and he said, oh, look at all the bees on the tree.
That's one hell of a hive.
How bees procreate is they come spring, they'll raise a new queen, the old queen will move off like this swarm and go set up a new hive, and that's how they basically keep up their numbers. So it looks like European bees, so quite surprised to find them out here and so far away from civilization.
Christian, quite a good diversity of tracks in here.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, these up and downs, and luckily the Jeep is chewing them up really easily.
Something that I have noticed about Manar Park is the terrain just really changes. You could come around a corner and you're looking at a completely different backdrop. There was a section there where there was all these beautiful little pine trees, and it did really look pretty.
All right, I think they've led us into something a bit more challenging. This looks good. We'll do this one at a time.
While I was waiting for the rest of the convoy, I did find a really cool section of the track where it dipped down into a gully and it gave you 2 different options for a hill climb. I had that much fun in there that I did want to loop around and give it a crack a couple of times.
All right, I think they've led us into something a bit more challenging. This looks good. So you've got plenty of control coming down. This is looking pretty scrabbly though. Bit messed up. Oh yeah! That's a nice little climb for the Iveco.
Plenty of traction, foot off the brake, just feather it if you need to slow yourself down. But the engine's doing it all, and a nice climb out. Have a look at this.
I thought the last few days have made it very interesting for us. This held nothing to it. One of the best hill climbs I've actually seen. Oh, girls, look at this.
Yeah. No, we're going downhill now. You ready?
Here we go.
That one was a little bit nerve-wracking. That was terrifying.
It was easy.
Challenging terrain, but a really easy climb because the cars are just so capable. Really good tyres, good suspension, and just have a bit of confidence and back yourself.
The first one was down an incline, which was like that, hit the ridge at the bottom, and then it was up like that.
Oh my god, this is steep. I'm not even on bed again.
The final section we came to was a really tricky, tight section. This track went through this really dense section of vegetation, and Simon and some of the guys with the bigger canopies really struggled a bit.
We got a little bit too close to a tree with the back of the 200. Let's just say that the door handle is now brown from the tree.
Oh, you're gonna touch. You got it.
Now this is one of the harder tracks I've ever done in my life.
Going through there, I saw a lot of bark missing on a couple of the trees, which is a sure sign that people beforehand have had a bit of an issue.
This morning's tracks were fairly challenging. They definitely tested me on the bike. The rest of the crew in their 4-wheel drives went really, really well. They did enjoy it.
That was good fun. Woo! Bring them on!
No, please no. Mom, my tube came out.
You serious?
Oh my gosh.
Big song today.
Woo! Slippery as. Just let it go.
Holy Jesus. I said holy Jesus, by the way.
That was nice and muddy and slippery down there. We didn't drive, we just slid it.
Literally. Whew.
So we get to the top of this hill and the call comes over the radio. Charlie, can you come and have a look at the Iveco? I've got a bad smell.
Yeah, copy Charlie. I'm having a whole lot of trouble here in the Iveco. We've roll started a few times.
Called out to myself and Charlie, and we joined him to check over the car.
It's got a real strong electrical smell, but I don't think where it's from.
I don't know if that's it. I reckon the electrical smell might be something else.
Yeah, the electrical smell is probably started there.
There was a bit of a funny smell and some funky sounds coming out of Simon's Iveco. So we decided to head back to camp for some lunch and check it out.
Charlie and Evan went off with Stephen, with the local Manar Park technician, and they've got a little hoist, so they want to put the Iveco up, see if they can get the issue with the starter motor resolved. And the rest of us all headed off to go and look at a lookout.
So hopefully, all fingers crossed, we can continue for the next couple of days.
What was meant to be a nice quick run up to a lookout turned into a full-on 4-wheel drive adventure.
Next week for the finale of Your 4x4, the convoy splits up. Charlie, Evan and Simon head to the workshop to try and fix the Iveco, whilst Mike takes charge again and leads the convoy through some hectic 4x4 tracks. Be sure to catch all the action.
No more dancing? Holy shit balls. Mate, because you scared the living shit out of me. I'm serious. No more dancing?
You guys know better.
That's it, mate. Get down for this, it's bad.
Oh man. Am I allowed to swear?